opens with Cynn with more than a 2-to-1 chip lead on Miles.
Cynn hits that flop with the 4.
Miles has a gut shot.
4.5.
And this is like an MMA match where Cynn has his opponent on the canvas and just will not let him up.
No, I mean, when you're the chip leader, you have to just keep hammering away, putting max pressure on your opponent. Wow,
not Tony Smiles right now.
A 6 would be detrimental for Cynn here.
How about a paired board? Cynn still good.
Still good. His opponent did check, call the flop out of position, right? So you might want to give him credit for a jack or a 3 at this point.
6-5.
I might consider checking back the 4, controlling the size of the pot here.
Cynn is going to test it. He wants to increase that chip lead, if at all possible. He's got some read that Tony is kind of spinning off in some zone now that is not going to create good poker decisions.
Tony looks like he doesn't want to give up, but what can he possibly do here? He called the flop. His opponent continues firing. He can't call again. I mean, his only option is to check raise, and I just don't see that happening. If so, he's essentially trying to represent the 3. He did call the flop, so I guess it wouldn't be the worst spot. I just don't think he's going to do it. Notice the breathing getting a little bit deeper. You can actually see his breaths.
No,
his
he's
chest
struggling.
moving up and down.
Definitely struggling. Looks like he wants to raise.
And this is one of the potential problems you run into when you bet your 4 on the turn. When you get check raise, it's just such a gross spot. But really, the only hand he's representing now is a 3, right? He's not doing this with a jack. He's not doing it with a 4. So he's essentially telling Cynn, hey, I have a 3 in my hand. Do you want to continue? Let's go. And that's it.
What's that old rock song? No more Mr. Nice Guy?
Cynn is a non-believer. Look at this guy. Wow, what a great call.
My goodness. Cynn senses an opportunity here.
Maybe he did this with a flush draw. Maybe he has a 3.
Third diamond. It's a king.
It's actually a pretty good bluff card for Tony Miles. He could have done this with a flush draw and gotten there on the river. On the river for a bluff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and he does it.
He does it.
He
and
does it.
Now, with the shove, John Cynn with an amazing opportunity. But how could he call this here?
It's a very difficult call. That's an extremely difficult card on the river to call with.
All right. I think if you're sick enough to pull this bluff off, I think I just have to let you have it. I don't have a very good hand at all.
And a fold. Tony Miles bluff.